Welcome everyone, this is Master's Joke, also Master's Joke 75 on Instagram. So doing something a little bit different today. As of the recording of this, it's the 30th of November 2022 and I'm doing something a little bit different. This you've probably seen the name of the video, The Ghost of Christmas Presents Past. Nice little Charles Dickens A Christmas Carol twist on that. But this is all about this is like one of my favourite Christmas presents that I ever got, and this was the high speed Inter-City 125 train from Hornby, which my dad bought me back in the it must have been like the early 80s. Now, the high speed train has always had I've always had a soft spot for it because I travelled on it on so many occasions back in the 80s when I was a kid, because my dad was a train driver, so we used to get like free travel, or you could get like discounted travel. So I've been, when I was a kid, we used to go all over the country, going to museums and like Manchester, Birmingham, all the way down south as well, just all the time on the Inter-City 125. So I used to absolutely love it. I had a soft spot for it. So in the early 80s, I mean, a bit like today, my mum and dad didn't have much money. My dad was on strike a lot of the time back in the 80s. I don't know if you remember. He was with the he was with the other union, ASLEF. So my dad was a big union man back in the day. So my mum and dad never had much money. I had two brothers, so they always did their best for us. So my dad bought a joint Christmas present back. It must have been like 83 or something for me and my younger brother, and it was the Inter-City 125 high speed train, and it was absolutely fantastic. And then my dad, he built a massive, because he was a train driver, he built a massive train set, over the years in the shed. And it honestly, it was unbelievable. You could run like about 4 or 5 trains all at the same time. But it was done using the vision of a train driver rather than someone who's like maybe who works in the doing the signals or anything like that. So no, it was really good. Absolutely loved it. And then when one of the reasons I've done this video today is it's 20 years ago today since my dad passed away, and then which is why I've had this idea to do to do this video, because when my mum sold the house, we obviously had to dismantle the train set, and I'm so sad I never took any photos. So my high-speed train, which is this one here, it's been in the there's my Ewok village. It's been in the loft. It's been in several lofts over the years. So I finally got it out probably a couple of years ago. I mean, the other high-speed train there, that's one that I picked up probably a few years ago from the St Ives toy fair a couple of years ago. And the reason I got back into the Hornby train sets is because I bought it's not very British, very American. I bought one of those Hornby Santa Expresses to go around my Christmas tree. So when I got that, then I thought, I'll buy a little high speed train to go round. And then I started getting my other bits out of the loft, because even though we had to dismantle the massive train set that my dad had built, I mean, he'd actually, because he was he was always good with woodwork in his hands and stuff, so he'd actually he built this massive thing so that you could actually move it, so it wasn't always in the same place. But I kept all the tracks. I've got all the tracks somewhere. But yeah, no, I absolutely love this. And it's great that it still works after all these years. So this track that I've got here, this is from a set that I got for Christmas a couple of years ago, which is the Flying Scotsman set. and that's another story. But yeah, this high speed train, I mean, yeah, honestly, it means so much to me. So I've been playing with it on my Flying Scotsman set. So I don't always have to. I mean, I haven't had the Flying Scotsman train set out for. I got it for Christmas about 3 years ago. I only had it out over that Christmas, and I just haven't got round to getting it out again. So yeah, I've got it out for this video. Just thinking about my dad today, 20 years, and yeah, it's absolutely great. I think the wheels need a bit of a clean. It only came when I got it. It only came with like one coach, and I think that's how it was sold. Although it was second hand, I think that's how it was sold back in the 80s. So I've picked up a couple of extra coaches and things. And this is my this is my toy room. It was quite difficult to film. Well, it wasn't too bad, but it was a lot more difficult to film on the floor than I thought it would be. The old joints. I paid for it after, but yeah, I absolutely love this train, and obviously the high speed train had its 40th anniversary only recently, within the last couple of years. So yeah, I just wanted to, I think it's great that I've still got it and it still works. I imagine it had lights when it was first released, but I can't remember if it ever lit up. I mean, because it's an early version, maybe it didn't have lights at all. I mean, I don't know, but the lights don't currently work on it. But no, it was really good. So I just thought I'd it's something different. It's usually action figures that I show on the channel, but it's all about toys for me. And it's I've definitely got the train bug again. And then here's the Flying Scotsman, which as I said, I got it a few years ago as a Christmas present when I was really getting back into trains again. And again, this although it's the Flying Scotsman, I mean, there's so many other steam engines out there that in my opinion are as good as, or if not better than, the Flying Scotsman. But the Flying Scotsman is obviously one of the most famous steam engines of its time. It's been all over the world, like even to Australia. But the reason the Flying Scotsman means something to me is because it's the first steam engine that I ever saw actually on a track. I mean, I know these days you can visit old lines and you can go on train journeys on steam engine, and I've done that before. But again, this was back in the this would have been back in the 80s, and this was probably around the same time. I don't know, probably around the same time that I got this train set. But my dad, he took me to Ponders End train station because the Flying Scotsman. So I was only a kid, I was very young. But the Flying Scotsman was going to be flying through. And I just remember, I mean, because my dad, he was a train driver, so he was very good at timetables. He knew exactly when it was going to come. So we walked up to Ponders End, because I lived in North London at the time. And we were on the platform with loads and loads of other people, like other train spotters. So I suppose that's the only time I've ever been a train spotter. And we saw the Flying Scotsman go by. And I do remember that the actual train drivers, they gave us a big wave. So yeah, I mean, it was an amazing day, great memories, and it's just having a bit of reflection, thinking about my dad today, and what a great childhood I had with my dad. So I hope you like this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It lets me know you care. Join me in the next one. Hopefully I'll do another vlog like this about old Christmas presents from the past. But until then, the vlog is over.